liked it, man. That tongue wagging got to that was the meme of the Super Bowl. Everybody was placing that yesterday with her little. Now I didn't know this. Apparently, I didn't. So her father's Lebanese. Is that where that comes from, Robbie? She was busting that out because I always knew that Shakira was Colombian, but I didn't know that.
No,
that her family is also from that part of the
world.
world.
Well, that's where she gets the belly dancing from.
Man, does she?
Let
ever?
me tell you.
Does she ever?
She just had a kid too, didn't she?
I don't know.
All I know is, first look, it's like a cobra. First she gets you with a little boop boop, a little pop.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, oh.
And death strike.
Hey, it's pretty.
All I know that there was rope at one point. I mean, it was.
Hey.
It was a night. It was an experience.
Now I tell you what, of the two performances, right? I like the music of J-Lo, but the dancing of Shakira.
Yeah, I mean when they did the shake off, I was like, man, 10-8 round.
Down goes J-Lo. Down goes J-Lo.
She tried. It was just like it was too many fights against it was like a young hungry lion. You know, she was just one more time. It was kind of like it was kind of like Ali taking on Holmes. Like it was just a little too much. It's a little too much at her age. Not that she didn't look like an amazing unicorn. I mean, it was awesome.
So we were watching a halftime show, and you know when they showed the top view and they showed looks like stairs, and my wife goes, "Oh, I'm so dizzy."
I liked that. I liked when they turned into a waterfall. That was cool.
Right.
A lot of people are saying like, "Oh, it's the best show ever." I don't know, but it was an awesome show. I know that I had
prisoner of the moment, best show ever.
I mean, I didn't get to see Prince because I was serving chicken wings at the game when that was going on when he was doing
Purple Rain in the Rain.
Doing Purple Rain in the Rain. I don't know how that stopped. I don't know how that's beaten.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give you one that was better.
The Who?
No.
Just kidding.
When I think it was in Pasadena. When Michael Jackson did the halftime show, like before he started, it was like a bunch of Michael Jacksons popping up on top of the stadium. And then he popped up out of the middle, and it was really cool. But, I would say as far as just action and performing, this wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
This
great.
was pretty good.
And I thought for the city, like I just thought. Beyonce was great.
Beyonce
was great, but I just thought for the city, like they just put on such a great party.
Right.
It was so much. I think that's what it just should be. It should just be fun. Like first of all, you can't necessarily get it for the music because a lot of these guys, it's all pre-recorded anyway. Like,
no, wait.
They're not plugged in, so you can't do any of this.
Guess
stuff.
what? Shakira need to sync up a little bit better. But I guess
she synced up quite fine.
I guess it got to the point where I was like, I ain't really looking at her lips.
Yeah.
So,
I was actually listening when I was listening back to some of the clips this one. I was like, oh, this wasn't that great. I need the visuals.
Well, I was like, after I saw it, and I think it was, if I had seen Shakira last, I would have felt better about the whole show. But I saw J-Lo last.
Yeah, J-Lo's a bigger star.
And
she's going on last.
Right. And so that's kind of, like, I would agree with that. Now, J-Lo's a bigger star. I think Shakira is a better musician.
I don't disagree
but J-Lo is a bigger star overall.
I think J-Lo is almost her talent is she is a star.
Right.
Like she does everything, but she's a star.
Right. But it was entertaining. I like when
I did like her kids singing. I enjoyed
that. That was cool.
That was cool.
I like when the artists have like these big dance routines and stuff like that. So I don't never care about the singing.
Right.
I just wish I wish they would have kind of found a way to do more stuff together. You know what I mean? Because when they said it's the Shakira and J-Lo halftime show, I didn't know we were going to get two separate concerts.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised. I felt like I was surprised how much they let Shakira do. And I'm not saying Shakira's not worthy. I just felt like it always.
Yeah, she was out there for it. She could have did a whole halftime show, and they could have ended it there. And it almost seemed like J-Lo was going to make like a cameo.
Right.
But then I'm like, man, this is a long halftime show.
Yep. It was great though. A-Rod just running onto the field, unbelievable.
Then there's folks I'm not gonna mention no names.
Oh, you got the turds on the Twitter line.
Well, just
or on the text line.
Oh, somebody tried to tell me that Big Mouth Leroy thinks that J-Lo can't get it.
Well, you don't like J-Lo.
Right, but I never look. You cannot like somebody and still think that they are attractive. Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's fine.
Like the beauty speaks for itself.
Do you recognize that it was a great show?
You don't?
Whoa, that was,
no.
That was a long pause.
No.
What?
I'm trying.
You hated the show?
No, I didn't hate it.
With the ass off?
No, I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it.
The Wiggles?
I didn't hate it. Here's what.
You hated the show. You bastard.
Here's what I'll say.
You hated that?
No.
You hated that?
No.
What's the hate?
Relax.
The in-camera twerk?
I cringe when
the stripper pole?
That was a little much.
What?
Yeah.
The bend over with the sparkle butt? What's that to like? Her butt was sparkly.
Yeah, all right.
You can make a wish on it.
Yeah.
Genie was gonna pop out.
Yeah.
What did you wish for?
Who you think?
Ass off.
Who you think hated that show the most?
The people in the crowd.
A-Rod.
No, I think A-Rod loves it.
Yeah.
I think A-Rod loves it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he digs it.
All right.
He goes, yeah.
All right.
That's
I
my
got
girl.
you. No, it was like, again, I would say as far as entertainment purposes, it was one of the better ones, right?
You know who hates that show the most?
Who?
Pitbull.
Because he wasn't in there?
Pitbull's still checking for his invite. He goes, where the hell?
Yeah, because, I mean, they'd all be the same height. So, yeah, it was entertaining. I am not going to even say it wasn't, right? I would say if I had to give, it wasn't a draw, though.
Oh, you just think it was a clear Shakira win?
Oh.
I don't disagree with that.
Man, she shook her hips for like 15 of the 20 minutes she was out there.
Hips don't lie.
J-Lo gave a little 50-year-old, rump shaker for a minute.
You got to respect it, though.
You got to respect. Of course 50? You do. For 50. Absolutely. You know what that reminded me of when they drug Madonna out there. Madonna was 50 at the time. So
she doesn't look like Madonna.
No, she don't dance like
she looks way.
No, of course. Madonna lived that life.
She did.
Right?
Hard times, daddy.
She got Dennis Rodman on the resume. Hey.
Let's get the headlines.
Oh my God. This
I'm
is
just saying.
WAXYAM South Miami.
That's a turn off for me too. Like once,
HD2 Miramar,
like when Julie Roberts,
you got deal breakers.
When Julie Roberts was with Lyle Levitt.
Who was that dude with the Bad Santa? Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton. That killed it. That killed
it.
it for me. Angelina Jolie. She was off my list. Off my list.
Texter writes in, I'll tell you who hated the show. The Wives. My wife loved it. My wife was like all about it. She was shaking her ass the entire time as it was going on. I told you she couldn't even get mad at me. I'm just like, whoa. You gotta always just say, why? Like this is a trick, guys. Here's what you do. You got to do it. You got to do it like when you respect a veteran player. All right. You got to be like, like when you see Vince Carter go out there and stroke some threes, you got to be like, wow, Vince Carter still doing it 18 years in the game. That's what you got to do when you're ogling a hot older woman. You got to be like, man, honey, look at her, 50. And then you're out of trouble. She goes, I know, right? Because that's what the wife will always go, I know, right? Amazing. Like as long as you add the age to the compliment, you'll never feel like you're just ogling and being a perv. So if you just go, man, honey, look at J-Lo, 50, huh? And she goes, yeah, I know, right? I know. Amazing. I hope I look like that at 50. I'm like, I do too.
And Shakira turned 43 yesterday.
Yeah.
Yep.
As long as if you add age to a compliment of a woman, you'll never get in trouble.
And play 2 instruments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Add age to that sounds like a theme of a Curb episode. Just Google somebody, but just add the age to it.
You add an age to a woman, you compliment to one, but you add the age. When you're with your significant other, you're just like, man. But you add the respect of what a woman. Look at that. What she's doing at her age. You'll never get in trouble. I'm telling you.
Genius.
Telling you.
So there was a football game last night?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Maybe we may have a generational quarterback on our hands. Why don't you go ahead, Robbie?
Generational. Wow. Just think of this. 10 years from now, he's still going to be younger than Aaron Rodgers, and Tom Brady.
Yep.
And he has the same amount of Super Bowls as Aaron Rodgers.
Did you see? Did you see the tweet? Who got cold take last night?
Who?
Troy Aikman.
No.
Did he?
Yeah.
What did he? Oh.
There was a take that said, I think it was something to the effect of, at this point in his career, Patrick Mahomes already has 33% of Troy Aikman's career touchdowns, and Troy Aikman had commented back earlier in the season, "Talk to me when he has 33% of my championship rings." Well. Well, Troy, I got news for you.
Uh-oh.
Troy's about to look sadder than he did with that Jimmy Johnson ceremony.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, wow. Hey, by the way, real quick, I ain't sold on Jimmy G.
No?
Oh,
No.
Toby, aside from the halftime show, this fourth quarter, you must have been sans pants because it was definitely the quarterback was the difference in the game.
I know. I was so happy.
Jimmy Garoppolo crumbled under pressure in the
No,
fourth quarter.
it's not that.
Everything confirmed to me we need Tua. Everything. We need the franchise guy who can do that.
You still need the support staff. But here's the thing that bothered me during the whole game is that there were times where he wasn't even looking in the right place. Okay, and they pointed it out on television is that Kerry Kittles would run, not Kerry Kittles.
George Kittle.
George Kittle. He would run across the field wide open, which in most cases that's where you want the ball to go. And he's not even looking there. And I'm like, what play are they running where your stud tight end is running across the middle of the field open and you're not even looking at him?
Right.
So I think he got a little flustered.
What was let me ask you this, because my automatic place is to blame the quarterback, but whose fault was it on the Emmanuel Sanders deep ball? Because
it's him.
That could have changed everything.
He got rushed a little bit, but I will say this. In those moments when you have a guy deep like that, shorter is better than longer. And here's why. Because if he has to slow down, you're going to get a pass interference.
Right.
And so the only way that nothing can happen is if you overthrow him by 15 yards. So from that standpoint, I would put that on the quarterback because you've seen that play all the time. It happened with Kelsey.
Yeah.
And the safety, that ball was way underthrown. But guess what? Dude didn't turn around to defend the pass, and Kelsey acted like he was catching it. He had no intention on catching that ball. But guess what? You get the flag. That's how you have to kind of do that. You know what that's called? That's called hedging your bet. You realize that he's open, okay? And you want to hit him for the touchdown, but to hedge your bet, you just throw it where you know he can at least get a hand on it, and hopefully he'll get the PI.
Bro, how hard times is it for Shanahan, huh? Especially not calling the timeout before halftime, and they go to John Lynch, and John Lynch is calling timeout.
You have with a minute and 30 seconds,
so much time,
and 3 timeouts. You got to take a timeout there.
Well, I think they were like if they I understand waiting till after the punt. Like let's say KC pins them inside the 1, then you're gonna run at the clock anyways, and you don't want to give KC.
They were
but here's the other issue, is that they really didn't try to do anything when they got the ball with like a minute and something.
Right.
And then they ran a couple of plays and they still didn't try to do anything then.
No, they were pretty content because they were getting the ball
back.
Right.
And then they got the big play and then they but it didn't.
The pass interference nuked the drive.
But when Fox went to that shot at John Lynch, I was like, oh no.
You gotta call. Everybody calls a timeout there. When you got a minute plus and 3 timeouts, absolutely. And then if you get pinned back, that's a whole different conversation. But you make here at any point in time during a football game, you make the other team play football if you have time, because you don't know what could happen. And there's a perfect example right there, right? They were why call that play at that moment, right? If you're going to take a chance at all, you should have had all of your timeouts and all of that time.
He's just, it's unfortunate. I know he wasn't the head coach for both, but now he's going to be linked to 2 just huge blown leads right now for the early part of his career.
I think what actually did it for them, and what was their undoing is they gave up a couple of third downs that you get off the field and
you probably wrapped it up.
You keep the momentum. But the other thing is that on 3rd and 15 you give up 44 yards.
Yep.
I can get – look, the way they have been playing defense, they were giving up the 14, 15-yard gain. So even if they get the first, that's fine. But you give up 44 yards. And that Andy Reid had the stones to say, look, they're guarding us and letting us run across the field, which is, pretty much what I guess the game plan was. We're going to let you run across the field. We're not going to use a whole bunch of man against you or on Tyreek Hill and let him run out the other side when he catches that crossing route, and then we're going to come up and tackle you. Except for that play where all of a sudden, I don't like, man, who'd you think he was going to throw to? Who'd you think he was going to throw to? It's Super Bowl. You got the fastest man in the league running down the field by himself. Under no circumstances should that happen. Right? Is it like what did San Francisco say? I mean, the Chiefs. They said, you know what? We're going to make Jimmy Garoppolo beat us. Right?
That's what they said.
So guess what? It's okay to do that. If we say, you know who's not going to beat us? Tyreek Hill. You know who's going to have 10-yard catches? Tyreek Hill. He had like 4 catches for 40 yards or 35 yards. You know who's not going to beat us? Tyreek Hill. They're not going to run down the field and have an end zone celebration because Tyreek Hill went for 60 or 70 yards.
Yeah, people were happy too with Tyreek Hill giving up that interception. At first, it was just like karma. A lot of karma tweets were going down. People were rooting against Tyreek Hill.
Of course. Well, now they can.
Now he's got a big old piece of jewelry on his
I tell you what, it was up until 5 minutes left to go in the game. It was a good game.
Yeah, I enjoyed the
game. You
had
no idea. The thing that makes a good game is not necessarily the score or the action or who's a bunch of points being scored. It's a good game to me is how far can you get into the game without knowing who's going to win?
Well, and I think part of that though. I think part of that with Kansas City having the quarterback that they do, knowing that he and that offense has the ability to pull. They've done it now. They did it in every postseason game.
Every postseason
they pulled out a double-digit deficit.
Right.
So that literally leaves you at a point where you're never out of it. Basically, it had to be ridiculously out of it. Anything else, Robbie?
Oh yeah, Demi Lovato went under in the national anthem.
Way under. Robbie
Breeze.
told you that's a double win for you.
It was a double win.
That's a double. How did the Magnificent Seven do?
Well, if we're saying there's no twerking by J-Lo, then it went 4-4. The Magnificent 8.
Oh, the Magnificent 8 because we were honoring Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, but I did have if you include all my bets from the past couple Magnificent 7s, I went 7-4 because I did win both of the Puppy Bowl bets the week before, and I won my original national anthem bet.
Dude, I'm like, the text that I got about
Team Ruff
choked again. I'm like, what?
They covered.
They covered.
They lost, but they covered. But by the way, I think I got lucky with my MVP winner. I bet that the MVP would be a female. The female that did win the MVP was on the losing team. So that was kind of a little bit of shenanigans.
Well, listen, that's a rarity. Dominant for her.
Yeah.
That just speaks to what a performance.
Has there only been? I think there's only been one in the Super Bowl.
Well, now that person has company.
Gina the dog from Team Ruff.
All right, I'll tell you why Tom Brady was being a bleep hole yesterday. Next.